It's another episode of Playerunknown Battlegrounds, PUBG with Bear Buyers. Hey, on this map right here, you can see that there's an airstrip and there's two light airplanes here that you can fly. Now, the first thing you need to do is find some petro, gas can, and you need to be able to fill up the gas can because these are completely empty, unlike some of the other vehicles that already have fuel in them. So you need to get fuel first, then find your ultralight airplanes, and you start it up. So you can reverse the prop or forward the prop. So you can actually go in reverse on these. So you press your left stick down and you're in the air. Keep uh, pushing your left stick down to gain altitude. You might have to thrust up a little bit to get some vertical height. Now, on this is my first time successfully flying. I tried a few times before, and of course, it was crash and burn. And I wondered what it was like to be up here. You know, I'd taken a few pot shots at a few people flying up in the air, and I realized that they were flying around long after I was dead and some of the other people were dead. And they were just flying around, enjoying the time. So I figured I would try this. And this was my first successful attempt at just flying around till I caught something that caught my fancy, made me want to land. And I did see, as you'll see it coming up, I'll see a supply drop that I thought, well, I think that's real far away from everybody. I think I got a good shot at getting this. Uh, it didn't work so well. It didn't work out so well, but in this video, what I'm trying to do is show you how easy it is to get up here and glide. Uh, it's very neat, and a lot of people have been going for that airstrip, so it's a good place to get a few kills if you can get there. You can find that gas can, or just kind of keep airplanes under consideration to shoot at anybody trying to go to the airplanes. With this, we're just coasting around, we're having a good time, and like I say, we're just looking for something to do. This is the first time in the air. Well, you can hear some people take some pop shots at us. They didn't seem to be very effective. It's not like we had any kind of mechanical problem or took any personal damage. It's kind of like being on a motorcycle. You're probably more likely to kill yourself than be killed by somebody shooting at you. So at this time, we're going to take our last bank, and as you can see off in the distance, you're going to see that where we want to land. So I guess it's coming up here fairly short. And like I say, this is just we're cruising up over Paradise. You can hear some people taking some shots. It's a good way to scout out where people are, where concentrations are. Kind of wait to the end of the circle, and I was kind of looking forward to this dirt road being kind of nice and straight to maybe land it on. And on this map, I kind of realized that there isn't a lot of great places to land this damn airplane. Um, so kind of had to take that under consideration. So I was trying to find a nice stretch, and I seen this supply drop coming up there. So I made a beeline for the supply drop, still looking for that one good place to find a nice area where I can make a nice landing without hitting things and blowing up. Um, so I banked here. I hear these shots. I see it over the ridge there, and it actually falls real close to this. I thought maybe setting it on the beach, and so I tried to bank around to get a better shot. And what I did is I pressed up too much, and I'm being shot at, and I put that thing in a stall. And of course, I fell right out of the sky, but in a nice controlled way and live to tell about it. Here's another time that I was, the second time that I actually got this is on the original map, and I was able to find an ultralight late in the game, and I was just cruising along, just scouting it out, down to 17 people, and just kind of riding around the circle and keeping in the circle. So again, remember your joystick down and up controls your up and down, and your trigger controls the throttles. The controls are right there for you to see, that you can see real nice and big there. A, you can actually turn it off, and R, left stick, right trigger, left trigger, and so you can trim that in. So when we got down here to kind of seeing that there was a drop down here that nobody seemed to get to, it's right over here in the woods. We didn't actually see it drop, but we see the red smoke right there, and I thought, nobody's really going for that. So the circle's getting kind of small, kind of seeing where it's going this last time. Made a bank, and I didn't want to land in the middle of the field because that was just, for everybody to see, that was just going to be, to me, suicide. So I tried to see if I could land in a clearing in some of these kind of trees here. I see this kind of straight arrow kind of path, and I banked around to try to get this plane in on that strip, and here we go. So I had a little too quick, so I banked here, and I tried to make another pass at that opening right to the left, and ended up being actually a little bit kilter. So I took another approach, and at this point I'm just thinking I'm going to clip one of these trees. So I just throttled down, and I made contact with the tree at the end, but I was able to get it done. That's my flying lesson for PUBG. I hope you have some fun up there in the air. And this is Bear Essentials, and I am Bear Byers. Thanks for turning into a PUBG flying lesson.